A little bit of camera, a little bit of light on this camera. All right, just a real quick update for you guys. So, celebrated yesterday with the first goal I had, which was to get under 200 pounds. So, I started this on May 13th of this year. So, we're at now the 1st of June. So, whatever that comes out to, 19 days. Started at 216 pounds, and yesterday I reached 199.75. So pretty happy with that. Although I'd like to be somewhere in that 185 range is my weight goal. Although that's not my primary reason for doing this. Obviously, I'm dealing with this rheumatoid or whatever the hell it is. Uh, it sucks, but I have some really good news to report on top of the weight loss, and that is that I finally have had some good days in terms of pain and have actually been quite productive. So I'm getting ready. I've got OBS Camera Studio, and on these live videos, which I really like this format better than trying to talk to a camera and then edit it into a video. But these do tend to run kind of long, and I'm trying to keep this really short, like 5, 6 minutes. But I like to be able to throw in some pictures, without holding something up to the screen or whatever. So I need to work on my OBS settings. I've always had an issue with it where it will not stream smoothly with my connection, and it doesn't matter which computer it's on. And I've got a business class 300 meg, so it ought to be able to do it, but it won't. It just pixelates and everything. But hopefully soon I'll have that. Anyway, so this is day 3 where I've actually felt better. Now it may have nothing to do with the carnivore diet at all. And in fact, another thing I want to talk about real quick is a cheat meal that we had this week and what happened as a result. So, and oddly enough, that's when the turnaround started, which is kind of why I had the cheat meal. So it was really bad, really, really, really bad. Middle back pain radiating to my lower ribs. And I don't even remember which day it was. Maybe I've got it documented. I'm trying to keep notes of everything. We did the cheat meal on, let's see, what day was that? I just hurt so bad, and it felt like I was getting nothing, from this so far in terms of relief. And on the 29th, so that would have been, I believe, Wednesday. Yeah. So on Wednesday, I woke up. I didn't sleep well. I had just terrible back pain all night, and it had gone into my sternum again and my ribs, and it was just all day. My back hurt, middle back. Woke up that morning and had indomethacin, the great evil. The I didn't want to take it anymore, but it did help when I took it. Before. It's just that after I took it for multiple days, it stopped helping. Anyway, long story short, took indomethacin 25 milligrams. Did not help at all. Uh, took a Lortab, 5 milligram, half of a Lortab, or a Percocet or whatever it is that I have. And of course that helped, a little bit. And I was feeling, so happy. I hadn't had a happy feeling for a few days. And so the Lortab or Percocet or whatever, uh, it helped a little bit. It made my mood better for about an hour. And so as it's starting to actually work, I said, that's it. I want pizza. I've been 2 weeks on this diet. I want pizza, real pizza, not keto. So I called Melissa and she said, sure, let's have a cheat day. So we went and we had a small deep dish pizza at this local joint. It's amazing. And it's kind of a thin pizza on the crust on the bottom of the pizza. But the actual handle part of it is thick crust. So I was very good. I didn't touch the crust on the outer part where it was thick, just the thin crust. And it's a really thick pizza. It has pepperoni in this case and a lot of cheese and a moderate amount of sauce. And it was the best meal I've had in a long time. I thoroughly enjoyed that meal, on top of the fact that the painkiller helped a little bit, so I wasn't hurting. And so anyway, I thought we're going to really probably pay the price. I'm either going to flare really bad or I'm going to, have some kind of stomach symptoms. Hey, buddy, come here. Where'd you go? Anyway, I thought, we may pay the price. So here's my log after having this pizza and breaking my diet, one time. I think I calculated that once in 2 weeks, 2 meals a day. So that's 24. So it's 1 out of 24, which is what, like 3% or some number like that. So anyway, um, wake up next morning, my back pain moved. It went down about 2 inches, and I even had just a very slight sensation of like a sciatica kind of event coming. Um, but when it's lower, it doesn't have ribs to radiate into, so it was actually a better day. So that was the 30th, and I was still hurting though a pretty good bit. So I had the other half of the painkiller, and as the day went on, normally the painkiller would wear off, but it didn't wear off in terms of I didn't have increasing pain. I hurt, but it was like half of normal. And this is where I wish I had the ability of putting photos up without stupidly holding my phone up. But we're working on some shelving, like you would put on for those totes, storage totes. I'm going to try to show you this. And me and Melissa both. It's going to be hard to see because the camera can't really focus, and then there's a light thing. But we built all that out of 2x4s and 2x2s and 1x4s. There's a lot of drilling, cutting. It took us 2 days. So we built that on the 30th and 31st, and it's done. And what I've discovered is that no matter how much I hurt, if I can do something, unless it's sciatic type pain, it doesn't make it worse. So, we just knocked it out. It was two pretty busy days of work. And the end result was I wake up the next morning and my back pain was even lower. It was right where it would normally develop into sciatica, but it did not. I got on the scale and I hit 109.75. So we lost half a pound from the previous day, Melissa as well, even though we had the pizza. So here's the good news. It may not be great for an elimination diet of like trying to get everything out of your system and, try to heal yourself or whatever. But from a mental health standpoint, that pizza really made a big difference in my life. I needed that. I was hurting for days on end. Um, and it's just what I'm going to do occasionally. So, but the good news is it didn't make me sick. It didn't cause any digestive issues. I didn't flare. And I'm pretty damn good about sticking to a diet plan. So, if I say I'm going to have something off the charts, I'm going to go right back on the diet plan if I have a positive result. Now, if I had, woke up the next day and had no pain at all and felt amazing, then I might say, well, wait a minute, maybe there's something about the carnivore diet, just the meat, maybe some kind of meat allergy. Which is why we only had pepperoni on that pizza, by the way, just limiting the type of meat, uh, rather than having like a meat lover or something like that. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So, I met the goal of sub 200, my initial goal. Now we're on the way to 185. We're going to do a cheat meal at a 2 week interval if we're feeling like we need a cheat meal. And if not, then we're not going to do it. But I've eaten for pleasure for quite a while. It's one of the few escapes where I'm just so full of uh, I guess just stimulation from the food that it takes my mind away from the pain for a few minutes. It's one of the few pleasures in life that I can actually eat right now without hurting. I haven't gone into the situation where some people get RA in their jaw and they can't even chew. That might turn me around really quick. The other thing is, they say it's not a good idea to just completely jump 100% into this diet, all, all in. So I thought, well, this is my little excuse, but a way that I can kind of ease into it a little bit and have this little bit of variety. So I would say, I just don't think one meal out of 24 to even 30, depending how many times a day we eat in a 2 week period, is just not making a big difference. So I think, it is what it is. I had a meal and that's all there is to it. It's like 3%, 4% of everything, so it's all good within a 2 week period. And that's how I'm going to do it. That's my dirty keto or dirty carnivore. Also, I do plan to go towards keto at some point. Once I get, you know, I just like that little bit of variety. I want to have keto pizza. I'd really love to have some rice, even though it's really bad for you, like most grains. But I do see myself eventually having an occasional, I don't know, hibachi or something like that. Maybe I'll make something with a better rice than fr- fried rice. Good old white bleached rice, not great for you. But again, I've seen other people say this as well, that occasionally throwing something in probably not going to really mess you up. All right, well, so I'm feeling a little bit thinner now that I've reached that point, and I can just barely see it. That I can tell that I've lost a little bit of weight, and I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep at it. Hopefully, my situation will improve where I'm not hurting as much now. But I would not be a bit surprised if you come back to another video and I'm just crash and burn and really hurting again. It would be an absolute miracle if I just suddenly felt better and didn't have the bad pain that I've been dealing with. But I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll be back. Oh, and for my regular YouTube subscribers, the ones that are here for the car content, uh, I actually I don't feel great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do have pain going on right now, and I'm worried about making it worse. But I think I'm gonna go out and work on the old 1949 Chevy today. I need to get the rear axle reinstalled. I've got to get the steering put back together and get the lower coolant hoses and pipes put back in and get that car back on the road. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. See you later.